Lots of gardeners lose their watermelon yields before the season even starts because they plant them wrong. They plant them too close together, they put them in poor soil, and they transplant them wrong and wonder why the vines are so small and the melons are such a disappointment. Today, I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it so that I can get explosive growth, the vines look nice, and the watermelons are huge. If you're new here, I'm Bill Brown, and I have been growing watermelons for a long time, and even competitive watermelons as well. Whether you're going competitive or the smaller melons just to eat, if you follow these methods, you're gonna have a strong plant and you're gonna have some nice melons. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you need to do is pick the correct location. Before you drop a seed or put a transplant in the ground, you need to make sure that the plant gets at least 8 hours of sunlight. If you can get more, that's even better. So come out in your yard and look where the sun goes and see how long it stays, and then you make your decision where you put your plant at, because that is going to increase the size of your plant, and therefore you're going to increase the size of your melons. Trust me. Soil preparation is next, and this is one of the biggest differences between average growers and great growers, because watermelons are heavy feeders, and if you understand that, you know you got to feed them a lot and feed your soil. I have been feeding my soil even before the season has started, and then I'm still gonna give them some more so that my plants can grow big and healthy all throughout and get me some big melons, at least one giant. All right, so what I'm doing is I already put some fish at the bottom of my soil down here at my bed. Now, I don't like to disturb the bed, but I did this last year and it worked out great. I got a 69-pound watermelon, so I said, hey, let me try that again. But you got to understand, your soil needs to be nice and loose. And I'm glad that I dug down there because my soil was kind of compact. So what I did was I wiggled it a little bit like this, and I got it nice and loose. And the reason why we want it to be nice and loose, because your roots has to travel all the way down and you don't want them nice and compact. But what I'm doing now is adding some more black cow to it. And I always like using it, and this whole bed was made of black cow last year. So I'm just gonna add some more bags in it. And once I get this spread out, I'm going to put some more fertilizer on top of this. Like I said, I gotta feed it. And I got one fertilizer that I'm gonna show you at planting. This is a secret fertilizer. Didn't use it before, but I know it works. Speaking of fertilizer, I'm using tomato tone. Now I do use some other things out here. I'll put a link in the description because I have been doing this before the season as well. Now remember when I said when I plant, I got a fertilizer that I haven't used, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna work because I use the liquid fertilizer from the same company, and you should see my tomato plants. I wasn't even trying to get them that big. It made it hard for me to plant. So if they liquid fertilizer did that, I know the granular fertilizer is gonna be off the chain. You wait and see. And I'm gonna use that liquid fertilizer in for my watermelons as well. So that should be something to see. Now all I gotta do is mix this in. Now if you're using some of the fertilizers that I'm using, some people ask me, well, how much do you use? You can look on the bag and it'll give you the specifics. But for me, you see what I did? I just eyeballed it. I've been doing this for a while until I feel like, just like I'm cooking, I just got this feel. And so just like I feel like I'm gonna grow a giant watermelon, bigger than that 69-pounder. So just look at the labels and you'll be good to go. I wanna take a minute to talk about one of the greatest watermelon growing guys around. Whether you're a beginner or you're an advanced like me, there's something in here just for you. I go over some of the most common issues watermelon growers face, like how to deal with the squash bug, if you have cracked melons, or if you have only male flowers, and much more. Everything is in here. And I talk about how to grow large watermelons, y'all. It is packed with a lot of information. If you would like to purchase this, I'll put the link in the description below. and you will have this forever. Even when I make upgrades, it'll be yours. All right, back to the video. One of the most common mistakes I see is with improper spacing. Yeah, that's right. That used to be me all day long when I first started growing melons. That's why I never could get a melon growing. All right, so you want to make sure that they're spread out so that they're not competing against one another. If you have them all bunched together, they're gonna be competing for nutrients, and then you're gonna get a smaller plant, and then you're gonna get an even smaller watermelon. And we don't want that, do we? Not me. All right, so just make sure you spread them out properly. Now, when I have them in rows, I plant mine at least two feet apart. All right, so this melon is gonna have this bed by itself. All right, this bed is from Quictent. They are sponsoring the video for today. So if you're in need of a raised bed, I put the link down in the description so you can get one just like this, because this is gonna be the winning plot for a giant melon. All right, so just keep that in mind, spread them out so that they're not competing, and you're one step closer to growing a giant melon. Now, let's actually plant this watermelon plant. All right, so all I'm gonna do is dig out my planting hole. So once I do that, I wanna make sure I don't bury this too deep. All right, once again, just like tomato plants, they are not alike. Tomato plants, you can plant the stem all the way down. Watermelons do not like that. So when it comes out of the pot, that's where exactly I want it to go. All right, so let me be nice and careful. So I got that out before I put that in there. All right, so I got my secret fertilizer. I got the back turn. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it is. This right here is from Neptune's harvest, and it's the crab and lobster shells. All right, so I'm gonna open it out. Hold tight now. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna bring you up close so I can see why I'm using this. All right, this right here is a game changer. And that liquid fertilizer got my plants in them tiny cups like this, got them looking like trees. So I can't wait to see what this do. All right, so if you look carefully, and I know it's gonna be upside down, this right here says 17% calcium. All right, why that is big? Why that is big is because, you know, when we are planting our watermelon plants and we get those nice watermelons to start, they're about this size, and then at the end, it gets that black end rot. That is the worst feeling. And so the calcium, that's a calcium deficiency. So if they got 17% in here, so once it breaks down, your plant is going to be getting that calcium. And I'm gonna provide other ways to get calcium as well, but that's a straight game changer, because we don't want that black end rot, because that's just gonna mess up your entire melon, and we don't want it. So that's why I'm using it. And so now I got the fertilizer in there, and all I'm gonna do is backfill. I'm gonna make sure I don't have it too deep, because like I said, we don't want it to mess with the stem. Now, if you want that fertilizer, I'll put a link in the description as well. But guess what? I got a discount code for it. And so you can get more savings. But I am going to use every benefit I can get to grow a giant. You're going to grow us a giant, right? I know you are. All right, so I'm so excited. I love this time. So can't you tell? Once you finish planting your watermelon plant, you want to make sure that you water it. I forgot my watering can over there. I got to go get it. But you put the water around it so it can close all the air pockets out. And you want to make sure that while you just put it in there and it's getting used to this new environment, you want to keep it moist, because that's going to help with the growth of this plant. That is critical. And keeping your plant watered, that is another way to stop the blossom end rot, because if you're not watering on a consistent basis, even if you have calcium in your soil, then it's going to tie up the calcium. So just remember that. You got to make sure you water consistently, and especially if you're in a raised bed, because they're hot, they're elevated. You need to make sure you put even more water on it. I water these more than my in-ground garden. Just giving you the watermelon game, y'all. What I like to do next is I like to mulch around my plant. And matter of fact, I mulch around the entire bed, because that's going to lock moisture in once I water it in. And then it's going to keep the soil temperatures. It's going to regulate the soil temperatures. And that's what I want. And another thing is, when the organic matter breaks down, guess what? I'm feeding the soil and I'm feeding my plant. All right, so it's more than one reason why I like to add mulch. because it is fertilizer when it breaks down. Can't beat that. I'm telling you all my secrets. Well, maybe not secrets, but hey, I'm telling you everything that I do. And so that's how I get to grow them big ones. If you get this planting stage right, then you're setting yourself up for a strong foundation for your watermelon season. Strong start, strong vines, strong pollination, and ultimately, hopefully that's going to encourage a bigger and better melon. Planting watermelons isn't complicated, but the details, they matter. If this has helped you out, hit the subscribe button because we're going all in on watermelon season. And if you want my full step-by-step watermelon growing guide, grab it below and I'll help you from planting all the way to harvest. All right, see you in the next video.